words of motivation to our viewers today?
So I could say a lot, but I think the one thing that sticks out for me is that redefine success. I have read about people who died very miserable deaths with huge bank accounts, with a big estate, etc. And I believe that the moment, and in fact the day, that you sit down and define what success is to you, and without trying or putting any effort towards making that standard conform to a social standard or anything of the sort, that is your day of liberation. That is like your Independence Day. And that is actually your beginning of clarity. I have interacted with people who have it all because you don't even need to ask if they've got the money, because for them the money is so immaterial, because the depth of satisfaction and fulfillment that they have in what they have defined as their own success has allowed them to live this kind of, very influential and inspiring life. I'm saddened by the fact that I've been hearing a lot about how suicide rates have gone up, suicide among particularly our, around the males, and I find that sometimes, and this is really my thinking, I find that sometimes there's a huge pressure that is unsaid that comes from society, and that mentally we take so much to heart, and we live our daily lives believing that we're not achieving, and yet you really are. So I really think we need to define success in our own terms in order for us to live a fulfilling life. And because we are so impermanent in this life that we call life, I would want to look back from the grave and say I lived my life like it was in that box, it was mine, and be fully satisfied that it was my life. And so this is really what I think we should be pursuing, whether you are in corporate, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're still a student or whatever. Keep defining and redefining your success. And also remember that whatever you define today can change, So I'm reading Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki, and in the beginning he talks about how he then went to Navy, and then he went to this, and then he did that. And by the time he was 37, he had done so many things. And so our ambitions are allowed to change. You can't say I'm going to have to be a lawyer because at 10 I told my dad I would become a lawyer. Your worldview. If I would tell you, when I grew up, I wanted to be a nun. Because I didn't know what it meant, or I just loved how so pure and great they looked in their habits. But I didn't actually know. So as you grow up, your worldview changes, and so your success model will continue to change. So allow yourself to change your mind or to change your position, but continue to ensure that it gravitates back to who you are. And once you do that, when you begin to have clarity of person, you have clarity of purpose, and you will have clarity of plan.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you very much for those words. Those are amazing, and I won't add anything, because they're just too powerful. So it's